I see people go to the gym and they work out for 10 minutes. Then you expect yourself to be among the 1%. You expect yourself to have a very nice looking shoulder, to have a very small waist, to have a very well packed six pack, to have a very well round covered and well a 3D chest. This is how you get an aesthetic body. Welcome, this is Just Beast Fitness. And I'm your trainer, Jasper Bravo. How do you have an aesthetic body? How do you have that body that looks like a Greek god? There's a way in which you know how to do it. You have to work out, right? But how do you work out? What are the workout tips? Because you've been working out for the longest but you're not seeing it. Maybe this is the video for you. And let's start to it right now. To tip number 1. Before you go to tip number 1, I need you to stay around for the last tip because it's the most important. If you really want to have that body and you forget about tip number 1, there's no fucking way you're going to have this. And tip number 1 is keep the intensity high at all times. Why am I saying this? Some people just think that for you to have a good body is just you being in the gym. Then that's what's up. Just you paying for the gym, finding yourself inside there, that's enough for you. If that could be the reason people have good bodies, my friend, everybody in the gym could be having a good body. But what you do notice when you get into most of the gyms, exactly, I thought so too. Most of the people look funny. Most of the people just look funny. Because many people just get inside there, and they're just doing the half-assed workout. They make stories and chat and take selfies. Then they go back home with a bottle of water in a bag, boasting around the town because people think that people will say, "Oh, you're coming from the gym, okay? You're coming from there." But nobody ever sees the result because you think just going there, dressing like you're working out, getting there, looking like you work out, behaving like you work out means you really worked out hard. You don't need to go inside there, put your weight down, put your phone down, get to the weights, attack the weight. Do that shit as though you're going to die there. They say that train as though you're being haunted. You see, train really hard as if you have demons inside you. So that when people look at you, they're like wondering what's up. And that's usually one thing. I'm not like proud or something or being boastful or something, but that's one thing I usually know. There's a character that people know about me in every fucking gym I go to. People always tell me that, bro, you're really pushing yourself. You're really working so hard. And that's what's good. That's how you stand out. That's how you stand out, bro. You only stand out by working hard really hard that everybody looks at you and they're like, bro, are you going to compete or something? You're not going to compete. You're just competing against you. You just want to be the best possible self that you can be. You don't have to work out shallow like everybody else because that's what feels cool. That's what looks cool. The gym is for working out. Selfies are for outside, bro. That's not a place to look good. That's a place to look ugly. That's a place to make your face look fucking ugly. That's a place to look as bad as you can because, my friend, if you really look ugly in the gym, you look good outside. But if you want to look good in the gym, you want to carry away that everybody look at you and like, wow, you're doing it so nice. But what's going to happen is you're going to go to that gym for years and years. You're going to look the fucking same. Point number 2 is enjoy pain. Pain is good, my friend. Okay, I know this sounds weird. This sounds crazy, but it's true. This is something that it sounds like a cliche, but what happens is anytime you're sprinting, or anytime you're just doing that deadlift, or that time you're just doing that squat, majority of people stop when they start feeling the pain. That's why they don't have the aesthetic body. They start feeling the pain, then they stop. But you know what? In the pain is when there's the growth. When you start feeling like you just can't go no more, but you push yourself for the 4-5 more reps, that's where you grow, bro. Growth is in those 4 last sets that you just gave up on, the ones you just left on the table. I want you to, when you get into that bench or when you get under that rack to squat, make sure you leave nothing. Just you leave everything on the floor and nothing inside you. Make sure you leave that set and don't consider the next set. There's some people who go and before you do this set, you're like, let me do 5 because I know if I got 10, I'll not be able to go for the next one. What's really going to happen is you're going to do all of them like that and then you're going to go home a weak motherfucker. That's not what you need. You need to go and attack that waist as if there's no more set after this. Go there, do it until you can't do it no more. Then you rack the weight, then you go back. Even if you're falling off, it's okay. That's the way there is reasons for rest between the sets. Then you rest, you come back to the next set. But many people go, then they're like, the first few sets I just got 10 as I wait for, because I have many sets. I have many workouts. That's not how you do it, bro. Every set is important, every rep is important, and every fucking workout is important on its own. Do every workout as if there's no next one. Do every set as if there's no next one. That's when you'll grow. That's when you'll look different. You'll be the 1%. Point number 3. And I want you to go until the end because in the end, the last point is going to be the workout programs that you need to follow for you to have an aesthetic body. Number 3 is, I want you to have a workout program that anytime you think about it when you're just about to get into the gym, you feel like running back home. It has to be that painful. I want you to have that one thing. Like personally, the days I'm doing squats, I mean leg day, I usually fear most the walking lunges. That's the one thing I think about. I'm like, I feel like going back home. The day I'm training my chest is usually my bench press, because my bench press is crazy. I go for 15 reps of 10 sets. I usually feel like going back home. The day that I'm usually doing my arms, it's usually the cheat curls, where I go with the weight slowly down, then I come up really fast with a very, very heavy weight. That shit usually makes me go crazy. That thing is usually fucking killing me before even I get into the gym, because I'm like, is that what I really going to do? So as long as your workout doesn't make you feel like going back home when you think about it, bro, you're having a very half-assed workout program. You need to tear that shit down, go back and try to make a very difficult shit for you to do. Because you know what makes you grow? What makes you grow is that moment when your body feels like it's failing you. And how does your body feels like it's failing you? Is when you give it something so hard for it to do that it just can't finish doing. So when you go home, your body feels like, this time I disappointed myself. Then your body will grow to make that thing easier. This is a very important point. Let me repeat. I want to make sure that when you work out, you make your body feels like it's failing you. So that when you go home, when your body is resting, it feels that it needs to grow for you to be able to do whatever you're putting on it. The stress you're putting on your body should be so much for your body that your body feels like it's disappointing you. And that only happens when your workouts are so fucking excruciatingly painful. They need to be for you to look the 1%. If you want to have an aesthetic body, I need you to shock your muscles. Shock the fucking muscles. Make sure that your muscles feel different all the fucking time. There's something funny about our muscles. They're very smart. They're super smart. Your body will always want to grow according to what it's given, then adapt. So what happens is, if you make sure that every day you're coming to the gym, you're doing 4 sets of a certain workout, then you go to the next one, you go another 4 sets of a certain workout, a certain reps. If you do that for 6 months, what's going to happen to your body is that your body is going to get to something called plateau. Your body is going to stop growing. You get? And when your body plateaus, it stops growing, it stops getting stronger. That's what happens, because your body has just learnt you. It's just figured out everything you're going to put at it. That's why you really need to shock your muscles. What is the meaning of shocking your muscles? Today is the day you are supposed to do squats, and you're used to doing 10 reps of a certain weight for 10 sets. Today you tell your body that today you're going to do 15 of 8. Then you stop there. Then another day you're telling yourself that you're usually doing 5 bench press. Then you finish, you go to inclined bench. Today you tell your body that you're going to start with the inclined, then you superset it with the flat. You just shock your body until your body feels like you're fucking crazy. Your body has no fucking idea what you're going to throw at it. What will really make your body do at that time is, your body's always want to grow. You always feel like it's failing you. It's always because it's not adapting anymore. Because that's what you want. You don't want your body to adapt. Of course you want it to try to adapt, but you don't want it to adapt to anything. Because if it adapts, it makes things easier. And when it makes things easier, it stops growing. Number 5. When you go to that workout, when you go to the gym, make a decision to work out between 30 minutes to 2 hours. 30 minutes and 2 hours. I see people go to the gym and they work out for 10 minutes. Then you expect yourself to be among the 1%. You expect yourself to have a very nice looking shoulder, to have a very small waist, to have a very well packed 6-pack, to have a very well round covered and a 3D chest, and to have a very big cobra back. And you're working out for 10 minutes, bro. I don't know whether this, even a plastic surgery doesn't last that long. It's a bit longer. So you just need to take your time. Go to the gym. Personally, I go for sometimes 1 hour. There are people who say that if you train for more than 45 minutes, then there's some acid that will be produced in your body that will not allow you to grow. But that's not true for everybody. Personally, I've worked out. There's a time I used to work out for 3 hours in a day when I had the time when I was a student. I could work out for 3 hours. I've had some people like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to work out for 5 hours. So it doesn't matter. What I want you to go to that gym, work out at least for 30 minutes. At least, give me at least 30 minutes if you really want to go. But if you really, really want to do this shit, aim for 2 hours. 1 hour is good. 45 minutes is good enough. But aim for 2 hours at least. I mean, on the higher side, 30 minutes on the lower side. Just play with the hours in between there. It's going to make you grow very, very well. Now onto the 6th point, which is the workout range. Now you'll be asking yourself, what is the rep range that you need for you to grow? According to studies, you need anything between 6. They say that anything between 6 and 30 reps will allow you to grow a good muscle. But what is it that really works for me? Because of course I have to I check science and check my body. What really works for me is this. I'm an extreme guy, bro. I go for as low as 1 rep. There's sometimes I go for 1 rep, just something that I just can only lift once, because I need that strength too. There's sometimes also I go for as high as 50 reps. So I just need you to play with 1 to 50 reps. Just sometimes go do 1 rep, sometimes do 50 reps. You can tell yourself that today I'm going to do squats is just going to be 1 rep squat, just making it as heavy as possible. Then other workouts to make them 10 reps. But if you really want to have that aesthetic body, what I'm really recommending for you is something from 3 reps to 20 reps. That is your sweet spot. Just play around with those figures. From 3 reps to 20 reps, I promise you, bro, it's going to make you grow well. But now there's this mistake that many people usually make. There are people who avoid high reps. And if you avoid high reps and you make it only a heavy weight workout, what's going to happen is you're going to be super strong, but you're not going to grow your muscles well. Your muscles are not going to grow fully because it takes some stress on your muscles for them to grow. And when you go only for every workout of yours going for 3 reps, you're never going to grow those muscles really well. So that's why I need you to go for the high reps too. High reps are, people avoid the high reps before they're excruciatingly painful, but they're very important. Then people usually avoid the heavy reps because they're very challenging, they're very deep. It takes so much out of you. Sometimes you feel like the blood pressure inside you is just 10 times the normal one. It's okay to feel like that. So that's why you need to go for both of them, because you need your body to go through that stress for you to be strong enough. That's why you need to go for the heavy weights and also go for the light weights to make you just grow that muscles and stress that muscle and tear those muscle fibers. So I need you to go for as low as 6 reps and as high as 20 reps. Don't fear the 20 reps. In fact, the 20 reps is where the secret is at. If you want to have an aesthetic body, it doesn't matter how heavy the weight you're lifting. It doesn't matter how many reps you're going. As long as you're not improving in it, you're not growing. And how do you do that? You do what is called progressive overload. Always make sure that whatever the weight you're doing today, you're going to increase as time goes. Whatever the reps you're having today is going to increase as time goes. You get stronger, because you don't get bigger without getting stronger. Those two are just correlated. You just have to get stronger for you to get bigger. And how do you do that? You do that by what is called progressive overload. Always looking forward to increasing the reps or increasing the weight. Just making sure that you're doing more than you did last time. As long as you do that, you push yourself more, you're going to grow. It is called progressive overload. Push yourself every time you go to the gym, which means anytime you go to the gym and you feel it's easy, it means you're not going through what is called progressive overload. Whatever you've been doing is becoming comfortable. So make sure you keep on pushing yourself and doing more as time goes. You're going to see yourself add more plates on the bar, and as you add more plates on the bar, you're going to add more mass on your chest and arms and back. You're going to have less weight on your belly, but some awesome looking 6-pack. For you to have an aesthetic body, another tip is I need you to have what is called an all-round workout, which means you need to concentrate on your strength by doing the heavy weights, on your flexibility or mobility by doing the stretches and the yogas, and on your endurance by going through the laps. I need you to run. And explosivity, these 4 things. Explosivity by either sprinting or jumping, just doing something that makes you be an explosive person. You need these 4 things. And why am I saying you need these 4 things? Somebody will be like, this is contradictory, because we are looking for a good body. You don't want to be performers. But let me tell you something. Over the longest period of time I've been working out, there are very many mistakes I've made. And one of the mistakes I made was I concentrated on working out just weights, just doing the weights. But what happens is, and I only realized this after doing other things, is that when you do only the weights, your weights are not going to improve as well as they're supposed to. And why is this? Number one, if you work out, you do the weights, and you don't stretch your muscles, what's going to happen is you're going to have very, very rigid, fixed muscles. And those muscles, they don't stretch and elongate enough when you're working out. And when that doesn't happen, it hinders your movement and your range of motion. You see that? You see that? That's how wise I am, bro. Number 2, another situation where I noticed another difference is the fact that anytime I used to squat, I used to pant a lot. Or anytime I used to go for very heavy weights, I used to pant a lot. Or when I used to go for any high reps, I used to pant a lot. You know why? Because I never used to do any endurance workout. But when you do your endurance workout, let's say you go for jogs, and you make sure that your jogs are really limited because you want to gain some muscle. So mine are usually once per week. Then I have sprints thrice per week. And the time I started doing the jogs and the sprints, my squat really exploded unprecedentedly. And how did that happen? It's because I suddenly had the strength to continue going. Because there's sometimes my legs were still strong. I could go for more reps, but I'm panting as fuck. I just can't take more reps because I'm so fucking tired, because I never used to run. So I need you to just do all that, and with time you'll notice that all your body will improve. And if you're a performer, you should look like a performer. And if you look like a performer, you should be able to perform. I don't see the need of you look so fit, but you get tired really quick. You get? So that's what's up. Now let me give you my workout program and what I really recommend for anybody who want to have an aesthetic body. I'm asking you this, and I want you to keep this. This in mind. There's no specific workout program that goes for aesthetic body, as long as you're training your whole body. Just make sure you train your whole body, you follow all these tips that I've given you. And above all that, I need you to do this. Always change around your workout. So the more workout programs you've got, the better. As long as you keep your reps at a certain range, make sure your workout is lasting between 30 minutes and 2 hours, and you make sure that your rep range is between 5 or 3 reps up to 30 reps. You're going to grow, bro, and you eat well, as I've shown you in the other videos. Because some of you are just too lazy and just don't want to sit down and make their own program. Let me give you the program now that I use personally. I usually have several programs. I usually have push-pull that I do for a month, 2 months, 3 months, depends on how my body feels. Then I rotate to upper body workout. Then sometimes I go for bro split, like right now I'm doing this bro split. Then sometimes I go for 2 body per day workout. Now this is what's up. The push-pull. How does the push-pull go? You can start with the push-pull, and the push-pull it means you're training your push, the workouts. That's the push on one day, the pulls on another day, then another day on legs. That is for 3 days. Then you repeat the same. This will make you work out for 6 days in a week and rest for 1 day. And every body part will be trained twice in a week. So this is it. On push-pull day, I should start Monday with push, and push involves chest, shoulders. Okay, that is push, chest, shoulders, and triceps. I do that. I know you guys can see the workouts that I actually do. Then on the second day is going to be the pull day, which is going to be on Tuesday. I do the biceps, back, and abs. This is on the pull day. Then on the third day, which is going to be Wednesday, that's the day that I actually do my legs. Then I repeat. Then on Sunday I rest. That's number 1 program. And if you want to know how to train all these specific body parts, there are very many videos on this. So I'm not going to give you the details that I do. On shoulders I do this, on chest I do this. There are very many videos here on this channel for you to watch and see all that. So these are workouts you can do for 1 to 3 months. It doesn't matter. As long as it feels good, just continue doing it. As long as it feels challenging, just continue doing it. But when it starts being boring, you can change it with another workout that I usually do, which is also very important, is 2 body part per day workout. It's not necessarily 2 because I usually do extra. So 2 body parts is this. On Monday, I'll do legs and abs, then I sprint. On Tuesday, I'll do chest and back, then I do abs. On Wednesday, I'll do shoulders and arms, then I sprint. Then on Thursday, I'll start repeating the same, legs. On Friday, I do again chest and back, I sprint. On Friday, I do shoulders, arms, stretch. On Sunday I rest. I used to do that, but nowadays I have that Sunday for the 7th day. I don't have any rest day. On the 7th day I go for the jogs, for that endurance. Okay, the third workout program that I usually still use is a bro split. Everybody knows bro split, right? It's okay if you don't know, but the bro split is the workout that the old school guys used to do. It still works till today. The guys who say that bro split doesn't work, majority of my muscles I grew by bro split. The guys also who say that bro split doesn't help you grow if you're natural. My friend, I'm natural. I've been natural all my fucking life since I was born. But I've always done bro split, and I've seen it grow my body really well until people are asking me, bro, why don't you go compete? Why don't you go compete? Because of that, bro split. And what is the bro split? Bro split just simply means that you're training each and every body part once per week, and you only train a specific body part in a specific day. Like Monday, majority, the international world chest day, everybody in the world trains their chest. Then Tuesday, may train your legs, blah, 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 all that. But personally, this is how I do it. I usually do my legs on Monday because it's the most difficult thing for me, and on Monday I'm more rested than any other day. So I do legs, then I sprint on that day. On Tuesday I will do back because it's the second most difficult workout for me. Because that week usually goes, my workout usually gets easier because my body gets more tired. So on Tuesday I usually do back, that's the deadlift and all that. Then on the day that I do back, I do some abs. On Wednesday I do chest. It's the second most difficult workout for me. So I do chest, and I mix it with sprinting. On Thursday, I will go for my third most difficult workout, which is my shoulders. I'll train shoulders with neck. Yes, shoulder and neck. And I will stretch on that day. Then on Friday, I will do arms. Then I sprint. Then Saturday, because all my body is trained, on Saturday I usually do what is called a hundreds. What is a hundreds? Hundreds, I just come to the gym, I train my traps, 100 reps. I train my biceps, 100. So I just choose specific workout. Then I do deadlift, very lightweight for 100 reps, just to make sure that my body is just well touched from every corner. It's not really necessary. It's just for me because I'm an extreme guy and I don't like resting. I don't like sitting home. I just like doing this, and I always just want to do some different stuff. So I do my forearms on that day. I do calves, those body parts that I feel are lagging behind. I train also on Saturday, a lot of abs on that day. Then on Sunday, which is a rest day, that's the day now I go for my jog in the morning, about 20-mile run, 10 to 20-mile run. I just jog. Then that's how my week is done with the bro split. All these splits do work, bro. And with the 2-day workout, then you can choose any part of the body. And you can see, if you check, you can choose whatever it is that works for you. And if you see all these my workout programs, you'll be like wondering, how comes this guy sometimes works out twice per week, a body part, then sometimes he works a body part once per week? Because personally, bro, nothing really works for me better. Working out any body part once per week still works. Twice per week still works. And why? It's because when I train once per week, it's super hard until the body doesn't need any other workout. And when it is twice per week, it's just moderate enough for it to able to be repeated twice. So that's what's up. The only thing I think I usually repeat so much is legs. But even when I do the bro split, you don't even need to do the legs twice. If you really hit it so hard, there's somebody who said that if you train your legs really, really hard, you don't need to train it twice in a week, because it's not easy. A diet on how to grow aesthetic body. And you guys, if you really want to grow a good body, an aesthetic body naturally, one thing, diet is always the king. They say that diet is the king, workout is the queen, and I tell you, sleep is the baby. Anyway, it makes a total family. You cannot miss one and have the two and still have a good body. So the major one, the king, is just diet. So it doesn't matter how much you work out, it doesn't matter how much you push yourself. They say that if you work out like a horse and eat like a chicken, you're going to look like a chicken. So I want to show you guys what I usually eat and what really makes you have that aesthetic body naturally without using any steroids or PEDs. And this is just what I eat, bro. This is just what works for me. It might not work for you, it's okay, but this is what's up. Some of this shit is scientifically proven, and my body has also proven that this shit works. I want you to watch this video till the end, because in the end I'm going to break for you down what I really eat, my sources of different micros and macros, and where I get my food from. That's natural, awesome food that I get that makes me look really aesthetic. Number one diet tip, if you want to have an aesthetic body, is I want you to prioritize on the micro and the macros. Why do I say this? The micro and the macros, for somebody who doesn't know what this means, is micros are just those minerals and nutrients that you need in small quantity, and macros are just those minerals and nutrients that you need in large quantity. That's the difference. Those are things I really need you to prioritize on. The macros here are proteins, carbs, fats. Okay? The micros are the vitamins, the zinc, the whatever, those small things. Those are the micros. I just want you to prioritize on them instead of prioritizing on the supplements. Because anytime I usually meet somebody who is just a beginner and who wants to either lose or gain weight, what they usually ask me is, what supplement are you using, bro? And when I tell them that I use no supplement, they get really surprised. And that's because that's what they have been made to believe by the influencers, the fitness influencers and the marketers, that make them believe that you need those fitness and nutrients and nutrients which have been put, the nutrients which have been put in those packets in the name of supplements. Those are the things that you really need for you to grow. And I'm telling you, bro, these are the things you really need to avoid. I don't know, but these are the things that you really need to avoid. This is going to sound really controversial, and it's okay. This is just what I think because it works for me. Those are the things that you really need to avoid. Those are chemicals that are highly processed. You really need the food that is closer to nature, the food that is natural, the food that is need one ingredient to make, not those over processed food. So number one tip, just concentrate on the micros and the macros. You don't need to prioritize on the supplements. Somebody asked me that I have $1,000 for 2 months. What type of supplement should I need to buy? I just told the guy, just go to the grocery and just buy enough proteins, carbs, carbs and enough fats, then come home and eat those vitamins and stuff. You don't need all those other shit that you're putting yourself in. It's so much stress over nothing. Those things are just overhyped. They're not going to help you as much. And that takes me to point number 2. Point number 2, that tip is to have an aesthetic body, is frequency over quantity. What does that mean? I need you just to consider the frequency with which you eat rather than the quantity of food you eat at a go. There are many people who just think that when you want to have a big body, you need to eat so much at a go. And when you want to lose weight, you need to eat as little as possible. My friend, that sometimes can work against you. Let me put you in a good example, because all these people want to have this body, the aesthetic body. I know there's some of you who are overweight who want to reduce the weight. There's some of you who just are skinny and just want to gain some weight. It doesn't matter wherever you are at. This thing works for every fucking body. What happens is this: consider the frequency over the quantity of food you are eating. If you're somebody who wants to lose some weight, you want to lose some body fat, reduce the frequency with which you eat. If you eat 4 times in a day, try to eat 3 times in a day. If you're somebody who wants to gain weight, you want to gain some muscles, I want you to increase the frequency with which you eat. Of course, you're considering other factors, but make sure you increase your frequency of eating if you want to gain some calories, if you want to gain some weight. And if you want to lose some weight, you reduce. And if you want to maintain your weight, you maintain the frequency of food that you usually have. So, okay, this somebody will be like, okay, out of if I eat, I don't feel hungry as frequent, and I want to like, let's say I want to add weight and I don't feel hungry as fast as you are saying that I'm supposed to eat more. Then this is what you really need to do. It means you're eating too much food at a go. Make sure that you reduce the frequency with which, the quantity of food that you have at a go. That will allow you to feel hungry faster so that you can eat more. The sooner you feel hungry, the sooner you eat. And when you eat, also you try that you don't eat until you are full. Just eat until you are no longer hungry. There's a very thin line in between there. So I just want you to, if you are my boy and you really want to, you're super skinny, you're a hard gainer, and you want to have that aesthetic body, you've tried everything, is not working. Maybe it's just your frequency of eating. You're just eating so much in very, very few frequency. Maybe you're having just 1 meal or 2 meals in a day. I just want you to have more meals, and the range is always from 3 to 6 meals is okay. Some people go as high as 7, some people go as 3 meals, as 1. But if you want to lose weight, you can go as low as 2 meals in a day. And if you notice that now you're losing too much weight, you add a little bit of frequency. That works like hell, bro. You don't need to go through all those complicated stuff, measuring food and wondering, do I need 2 grams of eggs and 3 grams of blah, blah, blah. That shit really works, bro. You just need, because your body is so specific to you, so you need to do that trial and error. If you notice that you're gaining weight right now, go back, check how many meals am I having a day, then cut them. And if you notice that you're just eating so frequently, reduce the frequency with which you eat. And how can you reduce that? Maybe by start eating late or stop eating earlier in the day, so that you reduce the frequency with the food you eat. Then when you notice that you've lost enough weight, you can go back to eating more food. This is really getting detailed, bro, but I hope it's making some sense. The third point is, I want you to avoid the overprocessed food. In other words, I want you to eat food this is closer to nature. In a way, they usually say that this is like a very common cliche, right? That you are what you eat. And bro, that shit is so fucking true. There's a reason why nowadays people need to do some steroids for them to look good. Personally, I don't do any steroids. And there's a reason why the people, like our ancestors, had very awesome muscular bodies and they had no steroids on their bodies. Why? Because the testosterone hormones that we're just producing right now is just at a very low rate because of the things that we're eating. We eat very shitty food, overprocessed, greasy food with a lot of sugar. So I just want you to consider always that when you're eating food that is, number one, closer to nature. And how do you know that food is closer to nature? Number one, it's a 1 ingredient meal. The more 1 ingredient meals you have, the better. And what is the meaning of a 1 ingredient meal? This is a meal that you just need to expose to heat and is ready to eat, or you can just eat it like that, like fruits. Those are 1 ingredient meal. You don't need to add anything to it. Something like sweet potatoes, you just heat it, just boil it, and it's good to go. Something like sweet corns, you just boil it, it's ready to go. Something like meat, you just eat it, cook it, it's ready to go. Like those things, you don't need to mix so many things. Like cake, you don't need some eggs, you need some sugar, you need some, I don't know, icing sugar, like the ice cream, I don't know, yogurt, I don't know all those bullshit you need to add for you to make an awesome meal when you're making those super processed and complex meal. That's the last thing you really need to do. I need you to just concentrate more on 1 ingredient meal, the food is just easier to eat, easier to digest for your body, and also easier to access, because I think it's, if you go to the grocery store, you'll always find the spinach, you'll always find the sweet potatoes, you'll always find those food that are just close to nature. Those are the food that you really need to go for. Don't go for the taste, the food that really tastes so fucking awesome with so much salt and so much sugar, because you're going to feel so good at the moment, but in the long run your body's just going to blame you for doing that. So just avoid that shit, man. Go to food that our ancestors used to eat, so for you to look like a great god. The next point is, I'm advising you to have what is called a balanced plate in front of you. I'm seeing so very many bodybuilders misleading people, these fitness influencers misleading people on the internet, telling people that you don't need vitamins, that you don't need roughages, that you don't need, as long as you eat, it's okay as long as you eat enough calories. It's all about calories in and calories out. That's some awesome bullshit, but then you need to stop listening to. There's specific food you need to eat, and there's a way in which your plate needs to look like. You need to have at 50% carbs, 25% is supposed to go to proteins, 10% fats, then vitamins are supposed to be 15%. That's just approximately. Then of course you play with them. When you notice you're losing so much weight, it means you're losing too much fat, because sometimes you just have your fat, which is very rare though, having fat that is less than 1 digit body fat. Then you need to increase a little bit of the carbs. But if you notice also that you're gaining too much fat, then you need to reduce. Maybe you could make your carbohydrates to be about 40%, then you increase your fats and your vitamins. So that's how approximately you need to just balance your meal. But what I see a mistake that many people do is, somebody just has a burger. That burger, when you look at it keenly, there's just a little bit of processed meat in the form of proteins, then vitamins, just a small piece of some onions and some onions and tomatoes and some little lentils, a piece of lentils, then lettuce, then there's, I think that's what they usually put there. Then the bread that they put on top, just of a processed carbs that I can't even consider carbs. So those are the shit just really need to avoid. Just make sure that you have a typical awesome looking plate with some beans and some sweet potatoes there, and some kale or some spinach. Then you have a little bit of avocado there for the oil. Then you have an awesome meal. I think that's how, just try to play with your plate and make it look like that consistently, that is. And I know you guys are wondering, okay, this guy is telling us so much about the tips on the proteins and carbs and all this stuff, but he's not telling us exactly what he eats, his sources of proteins and carbs and all that. And I'm going to take it straight to this as we finish this video. Number one is, so in carbs I do oats almost every morning. I have sweet potatoes. I have cornmeal that I use to make some paste, we call it ugali, that you use to escort with food. Then what carbs, the ones I'm telling you, these are the main ones that I usually eat. But of course, bread very occasionally, that I don't recommend, but I also have wheat. I do have wheat in the form of chapatis or roti. Indians call it roti or porota. Then donuts very occasionally. But my main one that I'm going to recommend for you is oats. I have oatmeal also almost every day, sweet potatoes almost every day, cornmeal almost every day, and finally some rice. Then to proteins, my main sources of proteins that are going to make you have that lean, awesome looking body. Of course, and if you guys are keen, you're noticing that all my meals are coming from close to nature. When it goes to the food that you need for you to have that protein that you need to have that awesome body, number one, my main source of protein, but then funnily enough, is eggs. Number two, meat. Now meat here, I do have mainly pork. I do have beef, lean beef. I do have chicken, I do have fish, and organ meat. In organ meat, I do have mainly liver, sometimes kidney meat, but mainly I do go for liver. It tells me with the intensity of the workout too. Then my vitamins, I go for kale, I go for spinach, I go for cabbages, I go for onions. I also go for, these are the things that I just go for very, very frequent. Of course, I eat other stuff too, but these are the typical stuff I have. And I think those are the main ones. I go for avocado, but avocado will also fall in my list of oil. In my fats, I do go for fats and oil. That is, fats. Sorry, in fats, my sources of fats for aesthetic body are, number one is Nuts, I have macadamia, I do have pumpkin seeds, I do have almonds, I do have groundnuts, I do have cashew nuts. All those nuts generally for the fats. I also have cooking oil, which of course I recommend you to go for avocado oil and go for olive oil. Just avoid the seed oils. Then another source of oil for me is usually avocado, so just said, and coconuts. I do have a lot of coconuts in my legumes. Then another thing I forgot to tell you about the proteins, I also do a lot of legumes. These I do beans, I do lentils, which are very important. Then I also do green grams and all that family of beans, the black beans, the yellow beans, all those beans. I just play with them around. I do with some rice with them. Yeah, I think generally that's what I usually have. Those are my main sources of ingredients and the stuff I really eat. Those are the meals that I really have. I know some of you will be asking, don't you have supplements? No, bro, I don't do supplements. I don't do that. I don't really do that. Then when it comes to vitamins, of course, I do have pineapples for the digestion of. I do have pineapples and pawpaw for the digestion of proteins. Then I do have avocado, which still goes under the fats. I do occasionally I do have, when I feel really tired, I usually have an apple or some banana as a pre-workout. Then yeah, generally those are the stuff I usually have as my vitamin. Then I have also watermelon. I love watermelon so much. And somebody will be wondering, why do you do all this stuff? I just also not just want to have an aesthetic body. I want to have also a healthy body, because there are very many fitness influencers who tell you that you don't need the vitamins. I do that all the fucking time, bro. It is also going to help you to recover faster when you eat a lot of proteins. So this is what's up with an aesthetic diet. I'm going to give you the don'ts and the do habits that you need to have for you just to have that aesthetic body easier, better, and quicker. And I'm going to start with the don'ts. And I want to stick around also for the do's, because they're very, very, very important. The number one don't is, do not stay late night and avoid those late night parties. You know why am I saying this? This is because as long as you're sleeping late, or you're not sleeping, sometimes you transnight at night, what's going to happen is, number one, you're not going to have enough time for workout, because either you're going to wake up really late and your day is going to be squeezed. You're going to be those people who say that they don't have time. But what really is happening is, it's not that you don't have time, you just don't have your priorities right. You prioritize partying at night over tomorrow, the following day, for you to work out. Because there's somebody who said that when you want to wake up in the morning, you don't plan it in the morning, but you plan it before you sleep. So if you want to wake up early, you have to sleep early. And another reason why you don't need to stay late and at night is, when you use so much energy at night, my friend, when you go to the gym, your energy will be low. And as long as your energy is low at the gym, there's no way you're going to push yourself to the limit. And my friend, if you want to really have an awesome aesthetic body, that 1% body, you just have to be an extreme guy. And extreme guys don't have time for going to the gym and giving it a half-ass workout. It has to be full with all the energy. And that's all energy only exists when you know that you are well rested the previous night. So avoid the late night parties. And this point number one will lead me to the point number two, which is very important. That is, avoid alcohol and drugs. Fine, personally I don't drink, but there are people, and this doesn't mean that that people who have aesthetic body don't drink completely. That's not what's happening. What really happens is, it's not going to be much more difficult, because number one, alcohol is just going to drain your energy, my friend. Then number two, alcohol is just so much calories. And sometimes maybe you're working so hard to get rid of that belly, you do so much of crunches, you do so much of cardio, but wondering what's up, why is this thing not happening? It's because that alcohol has so much calories. And when you consume alcohol, it affects your energy at the gym. And then number two, it will affect your sleep. Then number three, it will also going to affect your digestion. And these are the things you just want to avoid. And also, in alcohol itself is a poison. It has a lot of toxins inside there. But if you take, it's just not going to make you feel strong enough when you're working out, and it's just not going to allow your body system to work as good. The third don't, most importantly, is avoid stressful situations and stressful people. Avoid people who make you feel sad. Avoid people who make you think so badly that your stress hormones just raises so high. Because when that happens, is stress hormones goes against your ability to have it hinders the growth hormones in you. And when growth hormones is hindered, it means you're going to grow less muscles and you're going to cut less fat, which means you're going to burn less fat, because when the growth hormone is the one that is very responsible for the growth of muscles and also the burning of fats. Then number 2, why you really just need to avoid stressful situations and stressful people make you go gaga, is because this is just going to make you not concentrate in your workout. My friend, the days that I go to the workout, when I go workout when I'm stressed, of course that's the best place to go to when you're really stressed, to let your stress go there. But it's not going to be the best workout if you're going there stressed. So just avoid those situations. Of course, it's okay. I'm not trying to ask you that to not go to workout the days that you're not stressed. In fact, you need it more when you're stressed. But avoid the situations that make you always have to go to the gym because you're stressed, because it's not going to allow you to grow as good as really you can. And also it's just not going to allow you to be as lean as you can, because when you're stressed, people tend to eat more. People tend to have those eating, it's called, I don't know the word, but it makes you, stress sometimes makes some people eat so much. Personally, stress doesn't make me eat, so I'll lose so much of my muscles. So the same, some people will eat so much, some people will eat less. And when you eat less and you're working out, there's somebody who said that if you train like a horse and you eat like a chicken, don't expect yourself to look like a horse. You see, so if you train really, really hard and you have so much stress that you go back home and you can't eat, what's going to happen is you're going to lose so much, you're going to burn your muscles. And if you train so hard and you're stressed, and after that you eat too much calories, what's going to happen is you're going to be very bulky. You're not bulky in muscles and lean muscles, but you're going to be bulky in stupid, dirty fat. Before you go to the do's, these are things that are very important. These are the things I do personally. I want you to know that these things are not so much, somebody may ask me, are these things really researched scientifically? But I'll tell you that this is a mixture of both. Some things will work for me, something will not work for you. These things are scientifically proven and they work for me. So when I find out that something is scientifically proven, I try it on me, then it works, I let you guys know. So these are some of them that somebody will run to the comments very fast and tell me that, how comes I drink alcohol but I'm growing? My friend, people are not the same. Personally, alcohol doesn't work for me, and maybe there are very many millions of people out there who alcohol don't work for. So if you're one of them, it's okay, and if you're not one of them, it's also okay. These are just what is working for me, and if you want to have a body that mine, maybe you try, you never know. If what you're doing is not been working, maybe what I'm asking today to do is going to work. And going straight to the number 1, why, what has really made me able to grow consistently and an aesthetic, awesome body naturally. Number 1 is having a big, awesome why. Why are you working out? Why do you want to have that body? Make sure you have something that pushes you, something that makes you have a reason to wake up in the morning. Personally, I wake up 3 in the a.m. so that I clear my gym before I do other stuff throughout the day. And why do I do that? What do you think that makes me wake up that moment when I just feel like it's so fucking difficult to wake up, but I just wake up? What do you think that gets me out of that duvet and kick away the blanket when it's really cold in the morning? Is the why that I have, the reason why I'm doing this. Why do you have to have that body? Is it that because you want to have a very healthy body? Is it because you want to attract girls? Is it because you want to be strong so that you don't get bullied? Is it because you want to look good, you want to be more confident, you want to fit better in clothes? Is it because you're a bouncer and you work out so that when you have a bulky body that allows you to work well at your workplace? That is to make you more efficient. I don't know what it is, but make sure it is something that really pushes you, and it's something that is true to you, not something that politically sounds right. Because sometimes people say stuff like, I'd like to have a good body so that I'm healthy, but deep down that's not what you're looking for. You've never had any health care. Like personally, that's one of the reasons, but it's not the main why I'm working out. The main why I'm working out is because this is my career. This is the main why. Like, my body is my advertisement, because I can't come in front of this video and teach you guys how to have a good body if I don't have one. That is my big why, because I don't want to come tomorrow here telling you, guys, this is how to have an awesome body, and you're looking at me, I'm looking like a skinny motherfucker, or I'm just some fat body with some funny man boobs. You're not going to listen to whatever I'm going to say, because you'll be like, bro, what are you saying? You don't look like whatever you're saying. So that is my big why, you see. That's why I work out. So you need to sit down, because we all look at the people having awesome bodies, but you watch a movie and you're like, wow, why do this person look so good? Why do they look so awesome? Before you look at that, ask yourself, do you want to do a body competition? Are you going for a bodybuilding competition? Or are you an athlete and you want to be more efficient in the field? Or do you want to have a better sex life? Whatever the reason that you have, or do you want to beat away whatever a depression? Whatever the reason that you have that makes you work out, make sure you do it. Because personally, I have those ones, and I have a very long list of whys, but my main why is that, of course, any day that I work out in the morning, my day is much better planned. Like, there are very many things that happen, the days that I work out, I have better energy, I have better sex, like, I'm more strong. Like, I handle situations better. I handle stressful situations better, because when I push myself in the gym, it's easier to push myself out there. There's so many reasons. But the main why, you need to have that main why. Because if you don't have that main why, my friend, you'll be finding yourself not going to the gym because you're not pushed enough. So you're wondering, why am I not going to the gym? Why am I always getting pumped anytime I see somebody looking good on the TV? Then I go after 1 week, I'm done. I just can't continue pushing myself. Maybe the why is just not what you found out. So go find out why you really want to have that body. Not because, even if it's for social media, you want to have a big social media following. Whatever it is, bro, just go and look for the why. Whatever it is that makes you do this, why you want to have that body. Do you want to make your ex feel jealous or something? Whatever it is, bro, it can look so stupid, it can sound so stupid, but it is you, it is for you. And you don't need to give a fuck about what anybody thinks about your why, because it is your fucking why. And that takes me to number 2. The reason, number 2, habit, do's, if you really want to have an aesthetic body naturally. And that is, have your dream body on your vision board. Have that body that you want to look like. Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is it Chris Bumstead? Is it me? Whoever it is, bro, just make sure you have their beautiful pic and you put it somewhere that you see it all the time. Is it on you can put it on your phone. Some people look at you and they're like, this looks so fucking gay. Why do you have another man's pic on your phone? But you're the one who knows why. That shit pushes you, bro. Anytime you see it so much, you'll feel that it's more possible for you. So that anytime you want to get out of your dream, sometimes you want to put that alcohol in your mouth, but when you're just about to put it and you're seeing your phone and you're like, it reminds you of who you want to look like, where you are going. Because sometimes you surround yourself with so many obese people that makes you look good and makes you feel better about yourself. But forget that can get into your mind and get into you and make you full of yourself and forget the person where you want to look like. And but then you have that picture all the fucking time in a place where you can easily see it. It's always going to be the reason why you don't backslide, for lack of a better word. It will make you throw away that donut when you want to eat it. It will make you wake up and go to the gym when you don't feel like doing it. It will make you avoid that alcohol when you don't want to do it. It will just make you do the things you'd rather not have done if you didn't have something that reminds you of what really you have to do. But this also goes for everything, bro. This one goes even for, like, if you want to have a big house, all your other dreams, social dreams, economical dreams, health dreams, all the fucking dreams you have. It's always recommended, according to me, that you need to have some vision board, because that will make it stick more in your subconscious mind, that even when you walk around, you see the dream board you really need to have. So, man, the second point is that just make sure you have that dream body in a place where you can see it. And some people don't even have a dream body, you just want to look aesthetic, and you don't even have a dream body. You don't have a specific person you want to look like. Like, personally, I don't have a specific person I want to look like, but I have specific people I want to look, specific body parts for certain people that I want to look like. So I have several people. Like, there's somebody like AJ Elson, I would like to have his chest. You see, there's somebody like Simeon Panda, I would like to have his arms. There's somebody like there's a lot of people that I would like to have their different parts of body. There's somebody like Ulysses Jr. that I would like to have his abs. You see, so it's okay to have very many people as your vision board, but make sure you just have something that you are looking towards, because at least maybe there's a very high chance that you'll never look like that person. But trust me, as long as you have that vision board and you even get 70% or even 50% close to being that person, my friend, you're going to be among the 1% of the universe, because even that person you want to look like doesn't look like that, because that's their best peak, under the best lighting, under the best pump, under the best condition, with the best editing. The third habit and the do's that you really need to have if you want to have an aesthetic body is you need to prioritize consistency over intensity. What does that really mean? Just try, for lack of a better word, to keep yourself in the gym. Just try above anything else to make sure you're eating the right food. Not like the people who do this. You have this 1 week that you're all pumped, you want to look like this, so you wake up, you go to the gym, you train for 5 hours, you come back, you eat a salad only, and you go and sleep. You sleep 9 hours, and you do that like for 3-4 days, then you're done. Then you go back to your normal life. You go back to your junk, you go back to sleeping 4 hours, you go back to working out once per week, you go back to all the lazy shit you've been doing. That is the opposite of what you really need to do. It's always better to even eat one healthy meal today and the rest junk. I'm not recommending that though, but it's better to have that one healthy meal every single day rather than have an whole day of healthy meal, then you have the rest of the days you're having some funny dirty meals mixed with some few clean meals. So what you really need to do, just have that consistency. Just try, keep yourself in the gym as long as possible. Not time, that is, but on a period of time. Make sure you have the whole year you're in the gym. Just try do that. Just try being in the gym the whole year, even if you're just going to train one body part, rather than go to the gym and you want to kill yourself with the chest or with the legs. Just try and just stay in the gym for as long as possible. Just try to stay with good appetite. I mean, good diet as long as fucking possible. Even if you're not eating the cleanest of meal, because there's some people who are waiting for the time when then everything will be right. They'll be able to work out 7 days a week, 2 hours a day, have 6 meals which are very clean a day before they get started. That is not going to work because it's so fucking unrealistic. It's not easy unless you're doing this for a living. It's not fucking easy. So you just need to have that consistency. Make sure that if you're eating clean, it's as long as possible. It's that which you can manage. Not that you want to eat super clean today but you can't sustain it. Just make sure it's clean enough that you can sustain for the longest throughout the year. Then you improve over it as time goes. The same goes with your workout. Just make sure you go and do something. You don't need to push yourself to death. If you can do that consistently, it's okay. But don't do it so badly that tomorrow you don't want to wake up and go back. Just do enough that can allow you to go tomorrow. And you should trust me that if you do this over a long period of time, it will be better than the people who are doing it so intensely but rarely. Just make sure you do this consistently. Just stay in the gym for 3 weeks, bro. Stay for 3 months. Just stay for 3 years. Then come and tell me if you're looking the same way you are looking, or if you're looking like the other people are doing so hard, then always disappearing from the gym. So always prioritize consistency over intensity. But at the same time, because I'm an extreme guy, I'll ask you to go for both. Go for consistency and intensity. Do it really bad. Make sure the diet is as clean as possible. Just do it as though you are dying. But that's not the priority. The priority is make sure that you're doing it as long as possible, making your lifestyle. And that goes to the point number 4, do's, which is prioritize sleep, exercise, and diet. If you want to have this, you have to be obsessed with that. If you want to have that good looking body that's just a 1%, you have to be obsessed with these 3 things. Make sure that anytime you're doing your stuff, you're thinking about your diet should be good. Make sure you're prioritizing your sleep. That goes back to the first point I told you guys, avoid this late night. So if you have to choose between one, do I need to go to the party or sleep tonight? Choose the sleep tonight. Do I need to eat this cake or eat these sweet potatoes? Choose the sweet potato. Always prioritize your diet. Anytime you need to make a decision, choose your diet, your sleep, and your workout above everything else. And you're going to have this. Point number 5, which is, this is a bonus by the way. Point number 5 is not a must, but it's very important, especially when you're getting started, which is make sure you have a gym buddy. This is something that personally I don't have. This is something that I don't need it right now. But I needed this when I was just getting started. Sometimes you just need that because you're just starting this thing and you don't have the push, you don't have the energy, and you don't have, it's not even a habit yet. You need somebody who will wake you up on those days that you just don't feel like doing it anymore. Personally, I've gotten to a stage where when I don't feel like doing it, I'll just push myself. I know to push myself. But you need that. You need somebody who will be like your competition. Somebody that will tell you will challenge you to today try 2 plates instead of 1 plate. Let's try bench pressing these 2 plates. That's how I think I grew when I was just getting started. That's how I kept myself saying it will also help you be consistent and stay at the gym. Because there's some of the days, my friend Korir, I had a friend called Korir, that I remember that days I wake up and I don't feel like going to the gym. And it's very early in the morning, he'll be the one calling me. And he'd call me like, the first time I would ignore the call, he'd call me the second time I ignored it. Then it calls me so many times to a level that I just can't ignore this shit anymore. Then I just receive, hello, hey bro, what are you doing? Don't be a pussy, come to the gym. Then I just wake up and go. Like sometimes you need that guy, especially when you're getting started, somebody to push you. But there's some people who have just naturally just know how to push themselves. It's okay if you're that person. But if you're not that person, you're the majority, it's okay to have a gym buddy, somebody with whom you'll depend on in the first few days, first few months. But you get to a place where after you are really used to try to get used to training alone, because majority of people will not go as long as we really want to do this. We're extreme men, we're extreme people, we go really, really far. So if you really want to get this, that chances are your gym buddy is going to disappoint you at the end. He's going to fall off. And I need you to keep going even when he falls off. So also I want you at the back of your mind, don't depend on your gym buddy, because it can also be a blessing and a curse at the same time. There are people who are so much used to their gym buddies that if they don't have a training partner, they just can't work out. You don't need that shit. Get to a place where you want it, but you don't need it. I want a gym buddy, but without a gym buddy, I just put this stuff. Because sometimes, bro, you go to the gym and you're alone. What will you do? Will you stop working out? Or you find yourself in a desert and there's nobody? Will you stop yourself from working out or being fit and looking good? Bro, this is how you do it. just make sure that you have people that you want, but you don't need them. And the only person you need is you and gravity for you to have an aesthetic body. So maybe you've watched all the videos about how to have an aesthetic body, you have worked out, you have done everything, but it's not coming out. What might be the problem? You have the best diet, everything is happening, you're resting, you're having enough sleep, but you're still not having that aesthetic body. Maybe it's just with your mentality, bro. Maybe just your mentality has a problem, or just the habits you got. And this is why I'm going to take you through the type of mentality that I got that helped me to get an aesthetic body, and I'm starting right now. Number one, make sure you make it all interesting. Make sure your workout is interesting, because I can't lie to you, it doesn't matter how much committed you are, bro. If it's not interesting, you're not going to keep doing this for the longest time. You need to stay doing this for the longest time for you to eventually start seeing the progress and the results you're looking for. So make it all interesting. Make your meals interesting. Today, make your meals be spicy. Do anything to make them as nice as possible. Don't make it boring. I see many bodybuilders and fitness influencers making their meals so fucking boring. Just see a plate with some broccoli and boiled chicken and boiled sweet potatoes. Bro, you can't do that for a long period of time. It's just unrealistic. It's not interesting. It's not nice. So just make it as interesting as possible. When you go to the gym, make sure that you're always trying something new. Like, when this program has gone for some time, it's okay to start a new program. You don't need to die with the program that you're told that is going to make you have that beautiful body, because there's no specific program that is going to help you have that specific body. What really matters is you're pushing yourself, progressive overload, and you're keeping your ass in the fucking gym. Which takes me to the second mentality you need really to have is just keep your ass inside the gym, man. Just keep your ass inside the gym. Always just keep in your mind, I just have to be in the fucking gym. Come what may. Even if I'm depressed, even if I'm sick, I just need to be inside there. Because this is the only thing you got, bro. We are told that we are living in this life, this journey called life, and this body is the only vehicle you have to take you through it. So just imagine that in your mind, bro. Imagine that you have just this one car for you to go to a certain journey, and this journey is so fucking long, it never ends. And there's no spare parts, there's no garage, there's nowhere. What will you do with such a car? You really take good care of it. So you have no any extra cars, bro. This is the only car you got. So you have to just take care of it consistently over the longest period of time. And that takes me to the point number 3, the mentality you really need to have for you to have an aesthetic body, which is reduce the friction that makes this possible. Reduce the friction that makes this possible. Reduce the friction that makes this possible. It doesn't matter how much you have an awesome grit, and you are such a person who knows how to push themselves, bro. If this thing has so much friction, like, it's not going to happen. And what do I mean by friction? Friction simply means that it's so difficult for you to get there. Maybe where you live is so far from the gym. Move, go and live a place closest to the gym so that getting to the gym becomes easier. If your food is always in another room, the good food, and your bedroom is full of junk, do the switching. Make sure that your healthy food are the ones you see all the time in your bedroom, and the junk, make sure that as far as possible. Like, just make sure that the friction is as reduced as possible. Make sure you don't drink alcohol at night. Why? Because if you drink alcohol at night, it's going to be so difficult waking up in the morning, so much friction. Make sure you sleep early. Why? If you sleep early, the friction in the waking up in the morning is going to be less. Just make sure that it's less difficult to do. Because already in the gym is not going to be easy. So going there, don't make it so difficult. Also, eating the foods which are so nice, not going to be easy compared to eating the junky, overprocessed, salty, sugary, icy, all that food heat that is cooked under very high heat, which you of course you want to avoid. Just make sure that the friction is as little as possible. And the next mentality you need for it, work through the setbacks. Just make sure that the bad days, don't make them the end of your workout. Don't make them the end of your success. Don't make them the end of your journey. There are going to be days you're going to wake up, there's no good food, you have junk around. There are people who, when they find themselves in a situation, they're like, it's okay. Now they give up. They stop looking for the good food. Now today we have eaten the bad food. I've been also working out for the last 1 week. Now all these have gone to waste. Now you see, that's not how life goes, bro. At least this is what you do. If you've gone for 2 weeks working out, then you miss one day. Let that one day not make you stop going to the gym. It's just one day. It doesn't cancel every day. There's always a stupid mentality that it cancels everything. It doesn't cancel everything. It just cancels that day. You only cancel everything when you stop going. The same thing, the fact that you found bad food today doesn't mean it cancels all the good food you've been eating before. It's just a setback. It's okay. You just fall and wake up. Let's say you did not work out the whole of last year. It's okay. It's okay to start this year and continue. The fact that it was a bad year doesn't make it a bad life. The fact that it was a bad meal doesn't make it a bad lifestyle of eating. A bad lifestyle of eating. it's okay to fall and wake up again. It's okay to make a mistake and fix it. It's okay. This part of it. Because, and if you want to know, this is really true. Even if you eat so much junk today, if you go back to the gym tomorrow, you're going to look the same, most probably. But if you do that now for 2 weeks, you're going to start looking different because you gave up. So the only biggest mistake you can make is giving up, not having setbacks, because setbacks are just impossible to run away from. Sometimes you'll travel, you find yourself in a situation where you just can't work out. What will you do? Will you kill yourself? It's okay, don't work out at that time, but when you get an opportunity to work out, just do it. When you find a place where there's gravity in your body, just do it. Just do whatever you can do. Do the little you can do. If you feel stressed, there's some people who, when they're really stressed, or that they call it depression, which is not, it's just being stressed. They don't go to the gym. Today I'm not okay, I broke up with my girlfriend. Just go and work out, bro. The fact that something bad happened, let it not be the reason why you're stopping following your dreams. Don't start eating junk because you are under stress. That's the time to eat the right food, bro. It's okay if it may. And if you've ever done this, I'm also talking to people who have done this. Like right now, as you watch this video, you're somebody who's going through, and you're going through something, and you're just not working out. Right now, you're watching this video with with a lot of junk, some ice cream in your hands. You're eating some biscuits because you feel you have so much stress, and you are trying to have your body have a chance to do that. Bro, it's okay to just stop right now, throw away all those junk, head to the gym, work out, then go eat some solid meal. You're going to feel better. Even your stressful situation is going to be much lighter, because when you push yourself in the gym, pushing yourself outside is much easier. So bro, these are the mentalities that just need you to continue keeping up for you to have an aesthetic body. And if you have watched all this and you have not had that aesthetic body, then maybe it's just a time for you to buy my course, which is just down the description below. I have a full guide on aesthetic, how to have an aesthetic body, from the diet to the type of food, and I'll take you through the workout programs throughout, and I'll also take you through all these challenges, how I went through the biggest heartbreaks I went through when I was working out, but I still went through them and passed with the mentality that I kept then. So don't waste your time. It's very cheap. Just go down there, click it, and support my channel by that. And I'll see you in the next one. And if you really love your health, love the people, if you love people around you, love their health, share with them. If you love your health, let me see you in the next one, and consider subscribing.